More oil anticipated offshore Guyana, and in sport, West Indies go down to Bangladesh in the first one-day international in the three-match series. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, July 23. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Her passion for what she believes is unmatched.
I wanted to get to the point where you can shake me off that perfect piece.
She's a book-off radio host, philanthropist, and motivational speaker.
And I said, I'm going to write you a check for $10,000, which I'm not.
Spirit, soul, and body.
To get them some help through the transition.
I'm Karita D, and you're listening to Girlfriend Get a Life.
For close to a half century, the Sam McQuaid Charity Softball Tournament has been staged in Bismarck, Mandan, North Dakota. This team is made up of a group of United States soldiers who paid the ultimate price on the battlefield.
We begin with Trinidadian law student Jason Jones is taking CARICOM to court. Jones, who is the president and co-founder of the Association of Caribbean Students for Equal Access to the Legal Profession, ACEL, has initiated legal proceedings in the Caribbean Court of Justice. Jamul Francis, the local representative for the association, said Jones opted for the legal route after other efforts failed. The action is being taken against CARICOM's Council for Legal Education, the Council for Human and Social Development, and the Council for Trade and Economic Development for infringement of his rights as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago and a CARICOM national, by refusing him access to vocational training in the region in order to become an attorney at law eligible to practice within CARICOM member states. Outside of the legal challenge filed by the president, ACEL has sought the attention of CARICOM heads as it lobbies for improved access to legal education in the region. Now, according to the group, by agreement made among CARICOM member states, any CARICOM national can become an attorney at law eligible to practice in any member state after having first obtained a University of the West Indies or an equivalent undergraduate law degree and then completed vocational training at one of the region's law schools. But ACEL says that since 1996, holders of non-UE law degrees have consistently been denied equal access to regional law schools on the basis of what it calls an entrance examination fraught with discriminatory practices that seemingly contradict CARICOM's integration process, such as the acceptance of evidence and movement of skills of community nationals. And ExxonMobil says the Stabroek block it controls offshore Guyana has more oil than it had initially anticipated. The oil giant announced on Monday that it has now been confirmed that the 6.6 million acre block has the equivalent of more than 4 billion barrels of oil. The previous estimate was 3.2 billion oil equivalent barrels. The increase follows the completion of testing at the Liza 5 appraisal well, a discovery at Ranger, the 8th discovery longtail into the Turbot area, evaluation and completion of the Bakora discovery evaluation. ExxonMobil says the new development has advanced its evaluation to support a third phase of development and is also considering 2 additional phases. Meantime, Trinidad and Tobago tests on the well that was leaking oil and gas in the Gulf of Paria shows that there are no more leaks. This comes after the successful completion of a well control strategy that was executed last week. We get more from the CNews report.
In a press release, Petrotrin says this now allows for the execution of a formal abandonment process in which the well will be properly capped. This process will continue for the next few days, and an exclusion area of radius 3 nautical miles from the site will be maintained until it is completed. The company says bird and wildlife plus the beaches show no visible impact, and the incident command center is being deactivated today. However, Petrotrin says it will continue to monitor the situation and be ready to respond if necessary.
Jamaica's opposition leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, is raising questions about the value the country is getting for monies being spent on the state of emergency in the parish of St. James. In addressing People's National Party supporters, its National Council executive meeting yesterday, Phillips pointed out that 250 million Jamaican dollars has been spent so far. That figure covers money spent only on the policing side of the operation and does not include the cost of the military presence or the zone of special operations in Mount Salem. The opposition leader also reiterated his party's stance that the state of emergency cannot be a long-term solution to crime, and he urged Prime Minister Andrew Holness to put measures in place to transition areas under a state of emergency into areas of normal policing. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Hamstrung by a slow pitch, West Indies failed to fire, and Bangladesh, led by the most capped opener Tamim Iqbal and most capped bowler Mashraf Mortaza, won the first one-day international by 48 runs yesterday at Providence. Tamim collected his 10th ODI 100 and unbeaten 130 to anchor his side to 279 for 4 in 50 overs after they chose to bat. But the home team's batsmen failed to adjust to the conditions, and though there were periodic explosions from the bat, the resolve required was absent, and they limped to 231 for 9 in 50 overs, with Mortaza using his vast experience to noodle out 4 for 37 from 10 overs. Now, before it was over, Shimron Hetmyer increased his value with a typically flamboyant 52 from 78 balls that included 5 fours. Veteran Chris Gayle gathered 40 before he was run out just when it looked like he was getting into gear, and Azari Joseph and homeboy Devendra Bishu both finished on 29, providing some tail-end entertainment in an unbroken wicket stand of 59. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.